Hello, hi Dr. Gloria. Today I'm going to present Christina's coding, which is problem statement A, Majlis Pragrad 1. It is to determine whether the budget is approved or denied based on total cost. These are the standard libraries that allows for various functionalities. So this is test case struct, which is to represent a single budget case that contains number student, venue cost, food cost, transport cost, and other costs. Then this is the function to calculate the total cost for the test case, which is we compute the sum of all costs in the struct and return the total. So this is the check approval function, which is to determine if a test case meets the criteria for budget approval. So there's 3 criteria, which is number of students less than or equal to 20. The total cost must be less than or equal to 2000. Next, if number of students is less than and equal to 50, the total cost must be less than or equal to 4000. And then if the number of students is greater than 50, the total cost must be less than or equal to 10,000. So next, we define a function pointer type approval function that points to function like check approval. Next, we have process test cases function. We accept test cases, which is array of the test cases, number of test cases, and approval function, which is a function pointer to evaluate each test case. And then output file is the file to write the results, and then we write a header for the output file. So this is for right column headers for test cases in the output text file. Next, we iterate over all test cases. We calculate the total cost, and then we check approval status using the function pointer approval function. And then we write test case details and approval status to the output text file. And then we enter the main function. So here we are to read the maximum number of test cases from the user. So this is in max test. So next we validate that the user input is positive. Otherwise, we will print the error and exit. So next, we are going to dynamically locate memory for max test cases. And then we open the input file for reading and output file for writing. If the input file fail to open, we display an error message, and then we exit. Next, we are going to read the number of test cases from the input file, and we're going to validate it. So here we are going to read test cases, number student, venue cost, food cost, transport cost, and other costs from the input file. Next, we are going to process test cases using function pointer. We call process test cases to evaluate and write the result. And then we are going to count the number of approved and deny test cases. So here we are going to write a summary to the output file, and then we are going to count the number of approved and deny test cases. Here we are going to write the total test cases, approve budget, deny budget into the output file, and then we see out results have been written to the output.txt, which is the output text file, and then we freeze dynamically allocated memory and we end the program. So here I'm going to demo the project. So we are going to run. We are required to enter the maximum number of test cases. So I'm going to enter 5, and then the output is result have been written to the output.txt, which is the output text file. So we open the output text file. So here is the detailed result. We have tests. This is the number of test cases, number of students, venue cost, food cost, transport cost, other cost, total cost. So we are going to calculate the total cost based on the other cost that is shown here, and then this is the test status, approve or deny. So here is the summary of budget evaluation. So we have 5 total test cases, and then we have 2 approved budget and 3 deny budget. So this is the input text file. This is where we are going to input the data. So this is the number of maximum test cases. This is the number of students, venue cost, food cost, transport cost, and other costs. So that's all for problem statement A, which is Majlis Pragrad 1 budget. Thank you for listening, Dr. Gloria.
Hi, my name is Nur Kisina binti Rosti. Now I'll be presenting Dina's task, which require her to write a program that could check compatibility of 2 matrices. If they are compatible, then the program will do the operation and display the result. If they are not compatible, then the program will display undefined result. So now let's take a look into the coding in details. So these are all the necessary header file, and then Udina starts her program by declaring a struct called matrix record to store necessary information of a matrix such as the dimension, row and column. And then this variable data is a pointer to a 2D array that actually store the matrix elements. And then center text function is to write the output in center aligned. So this function basically calculate the padding based on the output length. And then next, allocate matrix function is to dynamically allocate memory for a matrix, and it create an array of row pointer and allocate space for each row. And then the allocate matrix function is to free the allocated memory for each matrix. So for the next operation, the memory or the array is empty and free to use. And then next, read matrix function is to take input of matrix dimension and each of its element from the input file. And then next, multiply matrix. First, this function will check the compatibility of 2 matrices. If the matrix 1 column not the same with matrix 2 row, then the function will return false. If the matrix 1 column and matrix 2 row are the same, the function will return true and it will calculate the result matrix. So for matrix multiplication, basically it will calculate the dot product of matrix 1 row and matrix 2 column. So this outer loop iterates through row and column of each matrices, and then this inner loop is to calculate the dot product. So this is the dot product of matrix 1 row and the matrix 2 column. So next function, write matrix, is to write the matrix in formatted way. So the user have better readability. And then this function is to display welcome message. I use this coding to make the console more colorful, and then display progress of each test cases. And then this is the main function First, in the main function, it will open input and output file, and then this is to handle error, meaning if the function have error in opening any file, the main function will display error, unable to open file, and then the program will stop. And then this we call the function to display the header, and then this to read the test cases from the input file, and this is the header for the output file, and then this is the loop for each test cases and read the elements and dimension, and then allocate memory, and then take input from the input file, and then this is to write each test cases to separate it, and then this is to display the result matrix, the allocate matrix. We call all the function I explained, and then lastly the main function will close all the files. So now let's try to see. So this is the output, sample output. So this is the input file. So this is the number of test cases, and then this is the dimension of two matrices. This is the dimension of matrix 1, and then this is the dimension of matrix 2. So you see here the column of matrix 1 and row matrix 2 is the same, so the operation can be done. Okay, so this is just one test cases. Let's see for two test cases.
So for test case 2, the result is undefined because if we take a look in the input file, the dimension of the matrices is not the same, meaning the column of matrix 1 and row matrix 2 is different. So that's why the result is undefined. So that's all for me. Thank you.